Guys, yesterday, Super Tuesday, it's now in the books. Two big headlines. One, it looks like Hillary Clinton on her way to the Democratic nomination, surging ahead of Bernie Sanders in the delegate count. And the big headline on the Republican side, Donald Trump winning across the board, just about every state. Cruz won a couple states. Marco Rubio stays alive, but Donald Trump is now clearly way out in front. We're joined by New York Times bestselling author and former Trump top strategist, Roger Stone. Roger, what is your take on last night?
Well, I'm still hungover, Bill. What can I tell you? It was a great night, and we celebrated here. I had the opportunity to talk to the next president of the United States just to congratulate him. It was a very big victory. You had strong performances in Virginia and Georgia, Alabama. Then you also had, I think, a much closer race in Texas.
Roger, let's go back to the press conference on Victory Night, about 9:40 at night. The votes are in, and there is Governor Christie introducing Donald Trump. Some are saying, at least, that awkwardness with Governor Christie expressionless behind him. What's your take?
Well, it looked more to me like a hostage video. I was surprised that Trump wasn't standing behind him with a knife. He was entirely poker-faced. He looked like a trophy, that Trump just hung him out there as a trophy.
Christie looked confused, as Roger said, because he's still waiting on all the cards to fall. You can cook Christie on his record here in New Jersey, but as far as being politically an animal that knows the way the wind's blowing, he's always been top-notch. He's the first and only establishment Republican to get the word that the game is over and that the party now belongs to someone else.
Is it a Trump-Christie ticket, or was Christie out there as a show to other establishment governors? Hey, you endorse me, I'll put you on stage too and make you part of the national conversation.
Most definitely not a Trump-Christie ticket. It was a valuable thing for Trump because of the timing. If I were running the campaign, I would have Christie out doing surrogate speaking for Trump on his own, so there's no overshadowing question, and I'd keep him tightly on message. And I would send him to strategic places in the Northeast or places where he would be better received as a moderate conservative Republican.
All right, thank you, Roger. Appreciate it. So, you know, guys, the other thing that I'm sure all of you noticed, and certainly Twitter noticed last night, was Governor Christie standing behind Donald Trump as he gave his victory, we're going to call it victory statement / press conference. But we wanted to dig a little deeper. So we've brought in Tanya Ryman, who is a body language expert, friend of the show. Tanya, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so Tanya, you saw the clips. I know you've seen the some of the memes that are out there. What is your take on Governor Christie on stage last night?
You know, it's interesting. You saw a completely different Christie than you're used to seeing. So typically when we see him, he's, kind of combatant, but he's confident and he's outgoing and he's strong and he's a big gesticulator. Suddenly you see somebody who looks very meek. His shoulders are forwarded, which is an indication that he's lacking confidence.
You're looking at a guy who has changed. That's why he doesn't look the same anymore. He's made what he thinks is the best possible deal. The last 6 years have been the story of him being the CEO of New Jersey, the man in charge of his own campaign. Now he's made a deal. He's on the Trump boat now. The best deal he can make involves Donald Trump steering the thing. So he's a different guy. He's not in charge anymore.
All right. Thanks, Tanya.
Thank you. Take care.